This is the early afternoon of the 19th of January, 2026. A clip on bare naked Islam. Congress and feds to probe mystery of Somalia Congress Muslim Ilhan Omar's sudden skyrocketing wealth. It's just not possible. The House Oversight Committee is probing Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing family wealth after a $9 billion Somali social service fraud scandal exploded in her district. Oversight Panel Chairman Representative James Comer, Republican Kentucky, said staff lawyers are exploring the extraordinary step of subpoenaing Omar's spouse over his allegedly shady business practices. We're going to get answers, whether it's through the Ethics Committee or the Oversight Committee, one of the two, he said. See a photograph of Ilhan Omar with her third husband. The couple's net worth has skyrocketed from almost nothing to over $30 million. NY Post Republicans want to know how Somalia-born Omar, Democrat Minnesota, and her politically connected husband, Tim Mignette, went from nearly broke to being worth up to $30 million in just a year, according to her 2024 disclosure forms. There's a lot of questions as to how her husband accumulated so much wealth over the past 2 years, Comer said. It's not possible. I'm not in a money guy. It's not possible. Separately, law enforcement is also probing. We are investigating all politicians potentially connected to any of this fraud in Minnesota. You can read between the lines, said a law enforcement source. Unlike the Biden administration, who took no apparent action, Team Trump is on top of it, the source said. The comments come as the Post learned the FBI was briefed during the Biden administration on suspicions about an array of companies run by Omar's hubby. Investment firm Rose Lake Capital, formed by Mignette and partner Will Haler in 2022, is part of a web of companies created by the left Somalia Muslim House member's husband of 5 years. Rose Lake Capital had a paltry $42.44 in its bank account in late 2022, according to court documents. In a lawsuit against a related company filed in South Dakota, yet the firm rocketed in value from zero to up to $25 million in just a year, according to Omar's 2024 filing. Associates were perplexed enough in 2024 about alleged irregularities and questions about where the money was coming from, that they brought information to the attention of federal investigators, sources said. They wondered whether the businesses, including a winery, might be up to something improper, since none of it a public track record. Several prominent people had previously been listed as advising the Rose law firm, but no longer present on its bright pink webpage. They include former Senator Max Baucus, Democrat, Montana, who once chaired the Senate Finance Committee and served as U.S. ambassador to China under Barack Obama. Baucus said he had a single phone call with Hiller back in 2022 about a proposed deal to make storage units. Then nothing came of it, beyond occasional emails from Hiller. That went on for about 4 or 5 months or so, then just radio silence, he told the Post. He stopped writing his emails about the investment, about how well he's doing and all that stuff. You can read between the lines. It sounded a little bit fishy, he said. Baucus said no one ever asked to use his name as an advisor on a company website. The Wall Street Insider told the Post they had never heard of Rose Lake or anyone investing with them, despite the firm boasting on its website that it had been running billions of dollars of assets under management and engaging in an array of high-end financial activities, including deals, mergers and acquisitions, debt restructuring, and capital raising. Another Wall Street source expressed shock that Mignette, a longtime political consultant in Minnesota, was suddenly running a financial firm. The firm also is not registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, Wall Street's top regular, and doesn't say how much it is managing now. Ross Lake boasts on its website it does private equity work, and that its officers had billions in previous assets under management, would suggest the fund will be required to register, said a former high-ranking SEC official. I would continue to push on the disclosure issue because this looks funny, the person said. You see this Muslim piece of shit, Ilhan Omar, wearing $500 sunglasses. Financial experts also pointed to multiple variations of similar names of Rose Lake entities as raising red flags, and the company was scrubbing a list of its officers from its site in the wake of multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme involving the Shamoya community in his wife's district after a front-page report from the Post. The widening web of investigations are long overdue. House Majority Whip Tom Omar, Republican of Minnesota, told the Post. While Minnesotans have been getting fleeced by the tune of $9 billion by Shamoya fraudsters, Ilhan Omar and her husband have been raking in millions through their shady businesses, he said. Listen to this 2-minute clip.
So we'll ask again, where did Ilhan Omar get all that darn money from? Let's go through it. When she first ran for Congress in 2018, she was married to a Somalian man named Ahmed Nursed Elmi, and she had a net worth of approximately $65,000. Not a ton of money, but $65,000. By 2020, a whole 2 years later, Ilhan had already divorced and remarried another Somalian man by the name of Ahmed Aladizian Herzi, and her net worth was still right around $65,000. Yet just 4 years later, she was divorced and remarried again for a third or perhaps a fourth time. We don't know for sure because Ilhan Omar likely married her brother at one point to get him into this country illegally when she came here from Somalia, which, by the way, is a federal crime, and she's serving in Congress. And nobody talks about this. So by 2024, Ilhan's married to a new person, a white guy named Tim. There's Tim Minette. And Tim is not a rich man, but now he is. Tim's rich now because somehow over the course of the last 3 years, Ilhan Omar's net worth has skyrocketed to over $30 million and counting, meaning she went from having right around $65,000 to $30 million in 3 years. Think about that. Powerball drawing is tonight. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Ilhan Omar did not win the lottery. Bernie Madoff was cheating, and he still wasn't doing that well. That is a 46,000% increase in less than 3 years. Now, how do you suppose that happened? Do you really expect us all to believe that she just played the stock market like she's got a great investor and they just got kind of lucky over the course of the Biden presidency? And why are we the only ones asking these questions tonight? So once again, where did Ilhan Omar get all that money? And why is she trying to make Americans feel bad for Somalian criminals?
You also have to take a look at her naturalization status. She said she was naturalized through her father when he got naturalized when she was reportedly 17, but she was really 18. And she changed her birth date to make it appear she was 17, when again, she was really 18. There's no record of her father ever being naturalized, which means she's not an American citizen. Get her the fuck out of here. I'll attach the link. Look at it, pass it along, and thanks for listening.